The boss from hell. Today, I'm going to teach you how to fire your boss. I, as a person, I prefer to walk around free as a poor man than staying in bondage as a rich man, because your freedom is very, very important. You need to maintain the sanity of your mind. You know, there are so many people today that are afraid of losing their job. They are afraid of being laid off. They are afraid of having a means of their survival cut short. And as a result of that, they still stay under a boss from hell. Do you know who a boss from hell is? A boss from hell is a boss that has no respect for you. A boss from hell is a boss that doesn't like you because he can't get himself to like himself. A boss from hell is a boss that is tight-fisted when it comes to appreciating you, when it comes to commending your great work, but is so generous when it comes to criticizing your work, when it comes to telling you how bad you have done. That is a boss from hell. You know, a boss from hell is a boss that kills your initiative, a boss that kills your momentum, a boss that kills your morale. You know, a man was working under Henry Ford. Thank God for Henry Ford. I like him for the cars that he manufactured. But at the beginning of Henry Ford's career, what would have promoted Henry Ford to the next phase was a particular guy that was working for him. So this particular guy, when Henry Ford was away, designed a very wonderful car, a beautiful car of different color. Ford loves black, and he always said, okay, our car should be black, should be black, should be black. You know, he had a stereotype picture of what Ford car should look like. So this particular employee fabricated a car. You know, the body is different, but the engine is the same. The color is different. A wonderful work. So when Henry Ford came back and saw that in design, he was so angry. He opened the door, used the leg to tear apart the door, destroyed the car. And you know what? The boy went to another place. The man went to another place, started the work, and the business of that person moved forward. So at the long last, you know what happened to Henry Ford? Henry Ford has no choice. When he knew that competitors they are having an upper hand, he has no choice than to switch to do what his employee previously tried to accomplish. So what are we trying to say? There are some bosses like that they are there to frustrate you, to frustrate your initiative, to frustrate your gift, to frustrate your talent, to frustrate everything good that you have. You know, those are bosses from hell, and nothing frustrates like that. So a boss from hell, what should you do? Fire him. Fire him, fire him, and fire him. You know, there are so many people, you know, instead of you being afraid of being laid off, you should make yourself so important that your boss will be afraid of letting you go. So I want to teach you today to fire your boss. And why should you fire him? Why am I saying you should fire him? Because you can always change your location. You can change your address. You are not a tree. It is a tree that cannot change its location. It's a tree that cannot change its address. But you are not a tree. You are a human being. So you can change your address. You are under a boss from hell. Come on, leave that place. Leave that place. What it will only take you is you writing letter of resignation. I hereby tender my letter of resignation. I'm no longer working for you. Simple. Why? See, you can't like another man's destiny like your own destiny. You know, you can't, whether you like it or not. When you are working for somebody, you are building the destiny of that person. You are building a long-lasting wealth for that your boss, children's children. Now, why should you do that at the expense of your own life? Why should you do that at the expense of your own sanity? Why should you do that at the expense of you laying inheritance for your children's children? Because there are so many people today that their life is falling apart, their relationship is falling apart, their health is falling apart, all because they choose to still stay under a boss from hell. So why should you allow that? Because of your boss, you are depressed morning, noon, and night, you are not happy. As a result of that, you are transferring aggression on your wife, you are transferring aggression on your children, you are transferring aggression on every other thing, and you even allow that thing to make you to be depressed. As a result of that, your body is susceptible to disease. All for what? When somebody is frustrating you, what should you do? You leave. This is your life. You've got to live it. You don't allow another man to live your life for you. Now the question is, how can you fire your boss? You fire him anyhow. What is going to take you? Just write letter, hello, I am leaving. He said, don't leave. Leave anyway. Leave anyway. You've got to leave, because we are talking about your destiny here. We are talking about your life here. How as a person, I remember, there are some places that you just have to leave. If you don't leave, you're not going to move forward. I'm telling you, no matter, you just have to leave there. There is a point that you have to leave that place, because I remember some times ago while I was staying with my mom, even after my NYSC, and I just decided that I'm leaving. And my mom was like, why are you leaving? Why? You don't need to leave. Am I not doing this? Am I not doing that? See, I said, I've got to leave. For when am I going to provide for my own household? And while I was leaving, I left with nothing. So while I was leaving, that it's down to me that I have nothing. So what are we talking about? There are some places that you have to leave. So if you have to fire your boss is not treating you well, what should you do? I would advise you to save enough money that can cater for you while you are trying to search for another job. So at least you save enough money in your emergency fund. You save money in a bank account, in a separate bank account, and you have enough money that will cater for you, your wife, your children if you're married, and also to foot your expenses, for like 3, 4, or 5 months while you are seeking for another job. I think that will make it easy for you to be able to fire your boss without any thought. But if you are a person that you don't have any money in your savings, your savings is in zero, and you said you want to fire your boss, what are you going to do? To rather increase your frustration. So fire your boss intelligently. Ensure that you have enough money saved or reserved that will cater for you, your wife, your children, and every other thing that you want to do. And while you are at the job, start job hunting. Your boss is frustrating you, immediately start looking for another job. Start looking for another job. Start improving yourself. Perhaps you need to get higher certification. Make sure you do it so that you can fire your boss with a cool mind. You can fire your boss easily, knowing that you have the best ahead of you. One thing that you must do to enable you to be able to fire your boss without regretting is this: always believing that the best will always happen to you. Always believing that the best will always happen to you. Why some people they remain in that job just like that, and the job is not even them because they know that he might leave this thing. What will happen? Will the best happen? Will I not suffer? You've got to make up your mind that whether you stay in the job or you leave the job, the best will happen unto you. Now, how can you fire your boss? Or even make your boss to be afraid that you will fire him? Improve yourself. Improve yourself. There are some people that are frustrated in the job not because they are lazy. It's not because their employer is a problem, but because they themselves are lazy. They are lazy, and as a result of that, their employer is highly demanding and is frustrating them. And it's not because the employer is not, but because they themselves they are lazy. So what am I trying to say? Make sure that while your boss is frustrating you, it's not because you are lazy. If you are not lazy, I'm telling you, your boss, whenever he hears that, hey, you want to fire him, he will be happy. He will be begging you, see your salary, don't worry, I'm going to improve your salary. I will increase it, I will double it. No, I will triple it. I will, because he knows your worth. So what am I trying to say? While you are at that job, keep on improving yourself. Keep on improving yourself. Keep on improving yourself. Always reinvent yourself. Be a better you on a daily basis. And I'm telling you, your boss will be afraid of firing you. And to the boss from hell, I have this to tell you. What should you do? See, just put yourself in the place of your employee. That what if the table turn around tomorrow? If the table turn around, that your employee now becomes your employer, and you now become the employee, how will you feel? How will you want to be treated? You understand? If that, will you be able to save your face if the table turn and you that is now employer now does to be the employee and the employee now becomes your employee? How will you feel? Will your employee be able to treat you well? So those are the things. So whenever you want to take any step, you want to take any action, you want to do anything, you ask yourself, what if the table turns? Will I still be able to save my face? And I'm telling you, that will put you in check, so that not to be part of the bosses from hell. So now let us all wake up and say, I want to work towards the betterment of the life of my fellow man. So my advice to you out there, you are under a boss from hell and you don't know what to do. Hello, keep your sanity. Don't allow any man to control your life, to control your destiny, to control your peace, your joy. Stay in control. And if you try to stay in control and it looks as if things are not working, fire the person. Leave. I, as a person, I've been under a boss like that when it goes to the time I say, I can't stay here any longer. I can't stay here. Enough is enough. I can't stay here. I tell you, I fire the boss. I fire the boss. Why? Because my life is at stake. My destiny is at stake. This is my life. I don't allow any man to live my life for you, and so you don't allow any man to live your life for you. And perhaps, maybe why your boss is frustrating you, maybe you have been an employee enough. Perhaps it is time for you to be an employer. Maybe that's why it looks as if everything that the boss is doing is irritating you. Perhaps the time is there for you to become an employer. Perhaps maybe you are not meant to be somebody working on that. Maybe you are meant to employ people. And people out there, those that you are meant to employ, they are praying as a result of that. They are not having peace because their destiny is attached to you. You must provide job for them. Perhaps that's why things are not working for you. So you've got to do what? To wake up and know that perhaps this is the time for you to start your own business, to start your own company and be your own boss. So